Lap 45, 24.74 seconds.
One of my hobbies, which is the drone racing stuff. So for example, this is one of the guys. You see it's pretty small, but you'd be surprised. These things will do 140, 150, 170 miles an hour, depending on what sort of specific build you're looking for. 2020, hopefully we get racing soon, both cars and drones.
I was actually at the St. Pete IndyCar race, and that event got canceled while we were there, getting ready to go out to start practicing. So really, right on the heels of that, Sebring was postponed, and that's when we kind of went into this lockdown period where states started closing down, mandatory stay-at-home orders. Life changed for everybody.
Simple but effective design. Have the notches facing away from you and the notches on the actual plexi facing towards you. Snap them together.
When we moved to Speedway, Indiana this year, I got to know some of the folks at the Indiana Economic Development Corporation. When this shutdown happened, I reached out and said, you know, what can we do to help? We've got skilled workers, we got a shop, what can we do? And they came back and said, well, can you put together masks?
That's how you do it, folks.
Really proud of what the team has done, and I think really took a page out of Hyundai's notebook. You know, they've been very active socially and contributing in a lot of ways, and you know, we were inspired to try and do the same. Ryan and Gabby are kind of the guys most new to the team, and they just kind of got their feet wet there at Daytona, and they had a fantastic race.
It's now a Hyundai 1, 2, 3.
So the highlight for me at Daytona was definitely just, I feel like, getting to know the team a little bit more. It seems like, obviously, you know, with testing and everything like that, you're just getting to meet people, but over the race weekend, especially with Gabby, we were able to become really good friends.
I'm really excited because I think we're gonna have a heck of a pairing that the other teams are gonna have a hard time dealing with.
Started my racing career out racing dirt bikes at the age of 4. When I was 16, we went to Skip Barber Racing School and just kind of made my way up from there, did some SCCA stuff. So my father runs a exhibition company where he tours museum exhibitions all around the world, and one of his most popular is King Tut. And back in 2009, he was in Indianapolis with the museum, and he had this opportunity where he was approached and asked if he would sponsor one of the cars in the Indy 500, and he's like, when's the next time I'm gonna have this opportunity? And he was able to do it. Alex Tagliani definitely inspired my career. It was the first race car driver I was able to meet, and he gave me the whole experience of being able to sit in the race car and talk to me about, you know, what he does for a living and how he got to where he was today. And like, if it wasn't for you, man, I wouldn't be here racing right now.
How about Ryan Norman? First time in a sports car race, by far the longest stint that he's ever done. The open wheel, road to Indy veteran. His races maxed out at under an hour.
Yeah, so when I got out of the car, so hot. I felt like I was about to pass out.
Inside the car, temperatures, you know, can reach anywhere from 120 to 150 degrees depending on the day. We don't have any air conditioning, we don't have really any ventilation.
Yeah, my dad came up with a water bottle and poured it over my head. And he also got some ice in a bag. And it was great having my dad there. He makes it to pretty much 99% of all the races that I have, and I'm just giving it all I have every time he's there.
When Ryan got out of the car after his first stint, drove the car into the lead, and he got out and he came right to me and he said, that's the most fun I've ever had in a race car. And that was great. You know, that's what we want. You know, we want to try and win races, to have a great time. And Gabby and Ryan have brought sort of that enthusiasm, that fun. They've taken it up to the next level with us.
How you guys doing? You going to run? You going to run, Milo? So lately, with all the extra time we got on our hands, took up a new challenge of completing my first full marathon by the end of the year, end of 2020. So I've been running a lot, but thankfully I got a great running partner. That's Milo. It's Border Collie. Great time in kind of weird times. So
We got Milo over here. She's obsessed with this ball. We call the ball Mr. Green. We're in my office / sim room here at home. Got my simulator right here with some Fanatec gear and a 49-inch curved Samsung monitor.
One of the comments that I think Gabby made is this is the longest he's ever been out of a race car in his entire life, and I think that's common amongst a lot of guys. They just haven't gone months without ever driving anything or going to the track. So some people are adjusting better than others.
This is my hobby room, so you'll have to excuse my mess. I got my simulator here.
Chavez is there on the inside. And eventually, Gabby Chavez gets out in front, James Pull in third, and look on board with Alex Buncombe.
The best way to stay prepared is to try to do what you can, and simulating driving in a racetrack in the cars that we're racing is obviously a fantastic way. We've got all the tracks we're going to be racing on. We've got the series, like the different cars that are on track. The tracks are laser scans to a T. Very competitive, so this is very fun because you get to race against the best racers in the world in real life in a virtual platform where we can all be on one place without really being in one place.
Gabby and I have been doing some iRacing stuff together, which has been nice. So we've been able to do some practice races with each other, build our friendships, which has been important.
I really love to see how those two guys have come together as a pairing, and this downtime has given them more opportunity to do that. I think when we get back to the track, you're going to see a lot of great things out of them because of it.
Gabby Chavez, who we're seeing on the inset there, has absolutely sprinted clear. Juan Manuel Correa is in the barriers towards the back, but Chavez, Aitken, Collado, Jones, Smith, the top 5.
Having been in the sport for 30+ years now, I think when we look back on this year, it's going to stand out as a year to remember. But when we get back to the track, hopefully we can look back and say, we overcame the challenge that was in front of us as a country from the health side, and then hopefully as a team we'd say we overcame the challenge that was in front of us on the racetrack.
Did you see that Nicolas Cage is supposed to be playing
Joe Exotic?
Yeah.
What, they're making a movie?
No, they're making like a scripted show.
Oh, yes.
Were there any little home movies of you on the dirt bike at all?
Hold on, there's a guy that's just mowing the lawn right now.
But this is my stack. He's slacking off over here. So slow.